Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, McGroin Nation, coming alive from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned on this FBI Friday. Yes, 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 yes. Justice is coming, and in many ways, it has already arrived, at least for John Bolton. And this is something that I'm not necessarily saying I knew John Bolton was going to get raided, but something I kind of felt like was coming. Obviously, I don't like to go out there and say, make declarations and say things, but, we had a pretty good feeling we were going to start to see things begin to heat up a little bit. We will get into all of that. We've got a lot to go through today between Bolton's house being raided, between Donald Trump going on patrol last night. That was funny, right? He was with the National Guard and the police out there. Bad boys. What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, right? I think, by the way, John Bolton should be arrested for having that mustache, right?
Yes.
That mustache needs to go. Yeah, he needs to lose that thing.
There's only been one person that I can think of, and I can't remember his name, but he was a guest on Friends for a minute.
Oh, I know.
He's a dark, tall, handsome guy with a mustache. Hold on, I'll find him.
Lost me at Friends because I've never watched that show.
Well, he was just a guest for like a minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known it, but this is the first of many. I believe just the beginning, and I'll explain why I believe that in a second. As much as I can, but this is a big day, and I think we should be okay. Celebrate the small wins because Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Jeremy just said it. That's exactly who it is.
In the small, in the grand scheme of things, do we want John Bolton to be the end all be all? No. However, do I think it's smart to start with a technically a registered Republican? Because remember, John Bolton is a registered Republican. So rather than going out there and rounding up Democrats and rounding up the people that we've been talking about locking up for years, right? Rather than doing all of that, they started with a Republican. And I'll tell you what, I think that's a smart move, a good way to start it off. And we'll give you the updates on that as it is. It wasn't just his home, by the way. It was his office as well. And this report is coming from Vince over at Silverlock. Vince, he's the host of the Vince Show. But this is interesting information. And obviously, I would consider him and his sources to be credible. Obviously, being as where he is currently streaming over on Rumble on the Silverlock channel. Vince says the following, and this is very important, again, from a source familiar with this morning's raid on Bolton's home. Quote, this is related to a national security investigation of Mr. Bolton that was shut down by the Biden administration for political reasons. It involves stealing classified documents and weaponizing them for political purposes. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino have reopened the investigation, hence this morning's raid. Source says Bolton was not detained, but he is fully expected to be charged. So this is going to result in an arrest, in an indictment, and in charges for John Bolton. That coming from Vince, the host of the Vince Show. Obviously, we could probably say he's got good sources considering where he's working right now. We could just say that. We'll get to all of that and more before we do, and we're going to be doing calls second half of the show right around the 45-minute mark at 631-527-4545. You can call in anything that's on your mind. I know the big story of the day is going to be Bolton, so we're going to give you all the information that we currently have on that. First, before we do that, I want to talk to you about our friends over at OFP Farms. It's OFPFarms.com. OFPFarms.com. Use that promo code Sean, or maybe you want to use a different promo code. Maybe you're not happy with Sean this week. Maybe you're happier with Brennan than you are with me.
They're
I would
always happy with me.
It's okay. We're going to show you. You can also use Brennan's code because she's so excited to have her own code with OFP Farms. It's OFPFarms.com. Promo code Sean, maybe. Promo code Brennan. Take a look.
I haven't filmed a Get Ready With Me in a hot minute, so I wanted to do that today. And I also wanted to show you guys this product from OFP Farms that I'm absolutely loving. It is their Magnesium Tallow Body Cream, and I'm the one with the code. Brennan, me, not Sean. Me. So excited about it. Powder foundation. I'm tan enough that I can be in one of their tanner shades. That makes me so happy. A little bit of blush. I go with a mauve eyeshadow. All right, a little mascara. There's always a hair either in my mouth or in my eyes. You can usually blame the cats, but that one was all me. Just finishing up my lips. I like a nice juicy, a nice juicy lip. Okay, I'm excited because now I get to tell you about the Magnesium Body Cream, OFP Farms. I have been loving this. It's called Peace, and it has lavender and vanilla notes, and it's in a squeezy tube. I happen to be a very big fan of squeezy tubes. I love this because you can put it in your purse. I love all of their magnesium lotions. A lot of them come in the pump, and I think that's great because I just stick it on the counter, you know what I mean? But this, you into the purse. Oh my gosh, between my sunburn all the time and my restless legs. And I do run a little bit on the anxious side a lot, and so the lavender smell, kind of old-timey. They use top quality magnesium chloride flakes. They also use organic grass-fed beef tallow. This smells so good. It's very peaceful. It's very calming. I like to use this before bed. It's really nice. The people at OFP Farms are wonderful. If you guys would like to order one of these, please do use my affiliate code. My affiliate code. Brennan is my name. BRENNAN. To let them know that you heard about it through me. How exciting is that? And you will also get a little bit of a discount. Oh, and Clover wants to say hello. And so does Betty. Betty's actually been right here with me this whole time. Yes.
The little honk from Betty at the end. Betty wants to say hello. There it is. OFPFarms.com, promo code Brennan, BRENNAN. The Peace Lotion is sold very well.
You guys are so sweet to me. I always get like so nervous seeing myself like on the screen and stuff. Like I'm sweating right now. And everyone's like,
excited.
"You're so cute." And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, she's over here. She's over here going, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this one. Stop playing the clip. She's It's all good. OFPFarms.com, promo code Brennan. You could use promo code Sean as well. We thank OFP Farms. We love OFP Farms. And they obviously sold out of that Peace Lotion really quick, right? That's probably better results than Sydney Sweeney gave to American Eagle. I'll tell you that. So, and for good reason. All right, I've got another clip just came in from CNN. They're melting down over the John Bolton raid. So that is some good stuff. We'll play that for you in a second. Of course, before we do that, saw a lot of questions in the chat about these guys. Patriot Mobile. It is patriotmobile.com/FARASH. patriotmobile.com/Farish, FARASH. If you're thinking of switching, you can use my promo code and you can get a month off, a free month of service, patriotmobile.com/Farish, because I realize there's many choices when it comes to who you choose for your cell phone service, and there are new ones that are popping up all the time, all over the place, right? But here's the truth. There's only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American that believes that freedom is worth fighting for, and that is Patriot Mobile. Not only are they leading the way in this economy, but Patriot Mobile also outgains the competition when it comes to technology. Patriot Mobile is one of the only carriers with access to all three major U.S. networks. That means exceptional nationwide coverage, along with the ability to have multiple numbers on different networks on a single smartphone. This is what we would refer to as a total game changer. Look, if you have coverage in this country today, you're going to have coverage in this country tomorrow with Patriot Mobile. They also offer unlimited data plans, mobile hotspots, international roaming, internet backup, and so much more. Now, listen, switching is easier than ever. You can activate in just minutes from the comfort of your own home. You can keep your number. You can keep your phone. If you don't want to ditch your phone, have to buy a new one, you can keep it with Patriot Mobile, or you can upgrade your phone with Patriot Mobile as well. It's time to make the switch today. Go to patriotmobile.com FARASH. Call 972-PATRIOT. Use the promo code FARASH, FARASH, for a free month of service. That is patriotmobile.com/FARASH. patriotmobile.com/Farish, patriotmobile.com/Farish, or 972-PATRIOT, promo code FARASH. John Bolton's home has been raided by the FBI. This broke on the New York Post website this morning. Kash Patel's FBI raids John Bolton's home in a high-profile national security probe. The report also broke on Fox News. Here is, as that was unfolding, what they were saying about the raid.
The probe dropped when Joe Biden became president. So is this picking up where that left off, David?
It's possible. I don't know with 100% certainty, but it is notable, guys, that John Bolton, Ambassador Bolton's security clearances were stripped earlier this year by President Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, took that security clearance away. They had concerns. The administration had concerns about Ambassador Bolton still being able to access some of these documents and have some of those security clearances. It's also notable that John Bolton had a security detail as well. Because of the threats from Iran on his life, that security detail, that government federal paid security detail, was also taken away by President Trump.
So what is behind this raid? What is it? What is the reason for it? They say it's a high-profile national security probe. Let's go to the reporting from the New York Post, who broke this story early this morning. John Bolton's home raided. FBI agents raided the D.C. area home of President Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, on Friday morning in a high-profile national security probe. The Post exclusively revealed federal agents went to Bolton's house in Bethesda, Maryland at 7 a.m. in an investigation ordered by FBI Director Kash Patel, a Trump administration official told the Post. Investigators were also en route to search his office Friday morning, which also happened. We'll play that clip for you in just a moment. What was this about? Kash Patel says on X, no one is above the law. Dan Bongino quote tweeted that, said public corruption will not be tolerated. This was just after the raid began. The probe, which is said to involve classified documents, was first launched years ago, but the Biden administration shut it down for political reasons, according to a senior U.S. official. Listen, I see a lot of people on X going, oh, you guys are upset when they raided Trump's house over classified documents, but you're happy when they raided Bolton's house over classified documents. Okay, stop with that lazy cop-out talking point. Okay? And just listen for a second. Donald Trump was covered by the Presidential Records Act. He was allowed to declassify information going out the door, and he was allowed to have it. There was no crime. You heard it from Kash Patel on Fox a couple of days ago. There was no predicate. There was no reason for people to raid Mar-a-Lago. None. Yes, I understand he had classified documents. He was allowed to have them. He is covered by the Presidential Records Act. Was John Bolton ever the president? No. Thank God. Was John Bolton ever covered by the Presidential Records Act to take those documents out? No. If, as the rooster says, nobody is above the law, right? We love our rooster. Don't we love the rooster? If nobody's above the law, John Bolton sure seems, if he's in possession of classified information, to be in violation of the law. Bolton had not been arrested and is not charged, not yet, but as we mentioned from what Vince said this morning, reporting from a source that he's been in contact with, that they fully expect John Bolton to be hit with charges. He had not been arrested yet, is not charged with any crimes as of Friday morning. The raid comes after, quote, years of investigation into the potentially criminal release of information, despite Trump's first National Security Council assessing it as classified, the person said. The related investigation began in 2020. According to the official, the same year Trump's first Justice Department launched a criminal inquiry into Bolton's alleged disclosure of national secrets in his book, The Room Where It Happened. That investigation came after President Trump sought to quash its publication over its inclusion of national secrets, saying Bolton broke an NDA signed as a condition of his employment. Trump was ultimately unsuccessful. The book went to print. The ex-Trump advisor has been at odds with his old boss since leaving the first administration, regularly appearing on cable news, criticizing the president's national security and foreign policy. Bolton's X account blasted out a message at 7:32 a.m. criticizing Trump's approach to Russia's war on Ukraine as FBI agents were inside of his home. It was unclear whether or not this was a scheduled post. Nobody's above the law. And I want you to listen to me again before I play for you the next clip. Okay? I know there's been a lot of doubt. There's been a lot of skepticism. And a lot of that, I don't like saying these things, but a lot of that has been an op, right? A lot of that has been an operation that some people have ginned up because they're envious of Dan Bongino's popularity. They're envious of his position in the FBI. They're envious that Dan continued to grow and amassed a massive audience, and they didn't. That's what a lot of this is about. It's sour grapes. It's high school bullcrap is what it is. It's cafeteria politics is what it is. You don't have a seat at his table, so now all of a sudden he's a failure. Cry me a river. That's number one. Okay? Especially people who Dan put on the map. That's number one. Okay? This anonymous bullcrap, that's Dan's getting ready to leave the FBI. Really? Why don't you put a date? I'll make this one. Why don't you put a date? If you think he's getting ready to leave the FBI, you must think it's imminent, right? Why don't you put a date on it? Shake hands with me over the internet. Let's bet it. Let's put your money where your mouth is and your anonymous sources. Okay? I'm willing to bet. I'll look at what date you have, and I'll determine if I think it's reasonable or not, and take you up on this bet. Anybody who thinks Dan Bongino right now is getting ready to, I will say he is not gone in the year 2025. Right now. That's my prediction. Anybody want to take me up on that bet? I am all for it. We can use crypto. We'll find somebody to, I'll bet you in Ethereum. I'll put up $1,000 in Ethereum right now. Anybody wants it. You're so confident to get your clicks, right? So confident. Okay. There have been a lot of people outside of that clickbait circle. Really, you know what it is? It's not a clickbait circle. It's a clickbait circle jerk. That's what it is, okay? There have been a lot of people who have been very skeptical of whether or not we're going to see results. I get it. I totally get it. I'm always, skeptical as well. Until something happens, unfortunately, nothing has happened, right? This morning is a step in the right direction. Shows you that the way the FBI is doing this is the right way. They didn't just swear into their office and start arresting people. Why couldn't they do that? Because it would give so much red meat to the media to say, look, they're weaponizing government. They're already doing that anyway. They were always going to do that anyway. But at least they could point back and say, we built this case. We did all these things. It took us, months and months and months to get to the point where we were getting ready to impanel a grand jury, getting ready to get these indictments, getting ready to make these charges. And so far, there still are no charges, right? This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. The stuff that's about to go down is not stuff that you can just spring on the American people. You can't just expect the American people to just, accept it. Oh, wow, look at that. Our base will. It's not about our base. It's about how the country views these institutions. They already look at it as being weaponized. They don't want the FBI to be looked at as a political football. Whoever holds, power all of a sudden can weaponize the government against their opponents. We want the FBI to be an institution that has integrity again. And if Dan and Cash and everybody else who came into that office and came into their position just out of the gate started arresting people, you know exactly what that would look like. It has to be done the right way. Perception is reality. It has to be done the right way. And I'm telling you right now, and I don't do this often, But I'm asking you to trust me. There is a lot that is about to go down. It is going to get fun. It's going to be some big stuff. There's a lot that's going to go down. I have full confidence in that. There's a lot that's going to go down. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are two people who we were extremely excited about when they were chosen for these roles. And we should still be excited about it. Healthy skepticism, questions, not a problem. The toxic behavior of never being satisfied, you can get lost right now. You can get lost right now. Now, I'm not saying the John Bolton thing is the end-all, be-all, and this is it, and I told you so. I'm saying this is the very beginning of I told you so. There's a lot more where this came from. So I say buckle up, order your popcorn now, because I think there's going to be a popcorn shortage when all is said and done in this country. Here's the FBI outside of John Bolton's office. They weren't just playing around at his house. They went to his office also. Look at this.
And ambassador. So this is a live shot of his office in Washington, D.C., and we're looking right now, per our colleagues from Fox Digital on the scene, a couple of FBI agents loading some stuff into cars and leaving the scene. So clearly not as big of a presence at his Bethesda home, but notable that he was spotted at his office earlier today. We're told, I want to be very clear, that he's not facing any charges at this moment. He is not in custody. He is not under arrest at this moment. So we've reached out to his attorney. We're reaching out to Ambassador Bolton himself.
I don't know where Trump is speaking. I see people saying Trump is speaking right now. I don't know where he's speaking. I don't have a link. If anybody has a link, feel free to send it to me, but I don't see it happening anywhere. I know that he's going to be speaking at noon from the Oval Office, but I don't see a link. That's not to say it's not happening, but telling me it's happening doesn't really do us any good. I need a link. I don't know where to find it. I was not aware of anything. I wasn't aware of him speaking right now. Where is he speaking? I mean, let me see. I could go ahead and check a few spots right now and see if I could find it. I see
Fox Live?
I can't go to Fox. There's no way for me to. There's no way for me to pull it. There's no way for me to pull that up. I don't see it on anywhere. The White House feeds.
Live on Newsmax. Are you guys sure it's right now, or they're telling you that it's going to happen later right now?
They're saying he's wearing the Trump is right about everything hat. So it must be something right now if they're seeing the hat that he's wearing. I'm not seeing the Associated Press isn't carrying it, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's actually speaking live. I'm on the White House feed right now. There's nothing live on the White House feed, so I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I could see and try and interpret it myself, but I don't see it. If anybody has a link to something where it can be pulled, it's not on any of the normal channels, right? So I just know that there's nothing I can do.
All right, someone said it says it starts at 11 Central. He's not speaking yet.
He's not speaking yet.
Some people say they're watching now. So
he's not. He's not.
If you guys are wanting to watch that, turn that on the TV, keep us on your computer,
Yeah.
and watch both because I don't know.
The Oval Office speech begins at noon Eastern time today. So he's going to be speaking at the Oval Office thing. I am not aware that he's speaking now, and I have no link to it, so I don't think that I can pull it up anyway. So if he is speaking now, enjoy it and keep us on in the background, and that's all I can tell you. Because I'm actually tuning over to Fox now to see if indeed that is happening, and I don't see it happening. So I'm moving it in the TV here in this room. So we'll see. We'll see what can be pulled up. Of course, that's not working, and now we're distracted. So let's move on. Donald Trump. Oh, yeah, I do see him now. Okay, I see him. This is live. He is outside of. Let's see. Letitia, Christian, Tyler. I don't even know where this is. But yeah, there's no feed for me to pick that up, so I won't be able to pick that up. I'm sorry. I guess it was one of those impromptu things, but he is speaking right there. He's got the Trump is right about everything hat, but I do not have a way to pick that up. Okay. We'll move on from that. I want to show you CNN. We always want to judge the effectiveness of of what we're doing based off of the reaction of the left. I will show you how CNN is reacting to the John Bolton raid. Take a look.
The House still on the scene right now. got one interesting tidbit, which is that tweet you just mentioned from FBI Director Ash Patel saying no one is above the law, FBI agents on mission. The Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, just retweeted it. So, again, this is social media sort of play-by-play here.
Yeah.
But you now have the vice president retweeting this, this statement. Again, it's not specific, but it was put out during the time of this FBI search, with now the vice president leaning in, which I imagine will only lead to more questions about the timing of this. And
the Attorney General also had retweeted with comments this morning as well.
So there you have CNN very unhappy with the fact that Donald Trump's house is being raided. Obviously, not Donald Trump's house. My gosh, because I have him on the screen right now. Let me turn this off. Get him out of here. Yeah, I can't. It's a distraction now. Now I'm worried about where is the speech. I'm trying to figure out if I can get it. I don't think I can. But John Bolton's house being raided. Clearly, CNN not happy about it. CNN certainly not happy about John Bolton's house being raided. And why? Why is CNN pissed about all this? I don't understand it. Why CNN would be upset about John Bolton's house being raided. It's a Republican. Why? I see it now. I can't use Rumble links. It doesn't work. I can't use the Rumble link. What channel is that on Rumble? Let me see if I can. Fox News Live. Okay. Let me see if I could do. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I could try this on. I have to use the YouTube links. I don't know because the Fox News links never work well for me. Let me see if I could find it here on YouTube. What is this here? Is this his speech? No, this is Fox Now. Yeah, for some reason the Rumble links always wind up like crashing my computer. So if there's a way to do it through YouTube, I can get the speech, but I don't have a way to do it at this point. Let me see. I could try.
He's done speaking, now they're saying.
He's done speaking. So. All right. So that was all about nothing. All right. Sorry. There's no way for me to pull it up.
He just took a few questions and left.
He took a few questions and left. All right. So CNN's very upset about John Bolton. They are obviously, if they're upset, I'm happy. That's the bottom line. If they're upset, I'm happy. And so we have that on Bolton. And I'll tell you what, I think we're going to see a lot more than just John Bolton coming down the road when it comes to accountability and indictments. Okay, Donald Trump went on patrol last night in Washington, D.C. President Trump goes on patrol with law enforcement in Washington, D.C. Last night. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you, right? You look at it. What are you gonna do when they come for you? Donald Trump decided to show up with the National Guard and law enforcement. He got them pizza. He got them hamburgers. This comes, by the way, just a mere hours apart from when a D.C. judge decided to order the release of Big Ball's attacker. Believe it or not. All those quote-unquote youths, they decided, those people can be released. This is the problem, okay? Consequences are the only way to deter future crime. We're going to get to this in a second. Before we do, I got to talk to you about our friends over at Armor Colostrum. It's tryarmor.com/LFA TV, TRYARMRA.com/LFA TV. This is tryarmor.com. Folks, you know I'm always on the lookout for ways to strengthen my immunity, my gut health, improve my fitness and metabolism, and enhance my skin and hair radiance. That is Armor Colostrum. That stuff is so good for you. It is the first nutrition we receive in life, contains all the essential nutrients that our bodies need in order to thrive. You can reactivate your hair growth if you have a problem with that. You can help your skin glow. You can stimulate your stem cells and collagen production, increasing elasticity for plumper skin, guarding against UV damage, chemicals and pollutants from the environment, and clearing blemishes for a glowy complexion. You can fortify your gut health and ignite your metabolism, and you can fuel your fitness performance and recovery by doing that over at Armor Colostrum. tryarmor.com/LFA TV. That's TRYARMRA.com/LFA TV. tryarmor.com/LFA TV for 15% off of your entire order. That's TRYARMRA.com/LFA TV for 15% off of your entire order. tryarmor.com/LFA TV. Lima Foxtrot Alpha Tango Victor. Again, what's so funny?
You with
with my phonetic alphabet?
Yep, I
love my phonetic alphabet.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is a fun time. Donald Trump, I'm certain he's not happy about this. This case happening in Washington, D.C. The appointed judge, Biden appointed judge, ordered the release of the teens, the youths, as they call them, who violently attacked ex-Doge employee Ed Korestein, a.k.a. Big Balls. The D.C. Superior Court Judge Kendra Briggs, a Biden appointee, released 2 of the teens who attacked former Doge member Ed Korestein, a.k.a. Big Balls. Earlier this month, 19-year-old Edward Korestein was severely beaten in Washington, D.C. after he jumped into action to save his significant other's life. Trump posted a photo of it. You've seen the picture of Big Balls all bloodied up. He had a concussion from all that. Well, apparently this judge now has ordered the release of those who attacked him, which to me is unacceptable, right? I mean, now you're basically saying that what they did was acceptable. What they did is okay. There's not going to be harsh enough consequences to deter that in the future. Again, if your dog drops a deuce on your carpet and you're not happy about it, you have to discipline your pet humanely, but you have to explain. Like, for example, whenever we were eating pork chops a couple months ago, and Clover had sent me to my wit's end, right? She kept poking, begging at the table, walking near the plate, biting my arm because she wanted a piece of pork chop. I'd had enough. How many times I told her, get down, get down, get down. She didn't listen. So the squirt bottle came out. And ever since that one time where the squirt bottle came out and I sprayed her, right, to get her up, she never goes on the table while I'm eating. Okay? Consequences. Cats don't like being squirted with water. Cats know if they do something, they're going to be squirted with water. They tend not to do it. The same goes for criminals. If criminals know they're going to be held accountable, sent to prison, lose their freedom, lose their rights, lose money, etc., etc., if they know that harsh consequences are likely for things that they're doing, if they're caught, then chances are they're not going to do them, or the chances decrease that they're going to take that risk in the future. Consequences is that this is the only way, the best way to deter future crime. And if you're in Washington, D.C., and these kids went out there and tried to steal Big Balls' girlfriend's car, and they get released 10 days after it happened, unacceptable. It's only going to happen again. This is why Donald Trump had to take over Washington, D.C.
He brought out the squirt bottle. Exactly. He brought out the squirt bottle. All right, I got an update on this visa thing in a second. Before we get to that, I want to talk to you about our friends over at My Patriot Supply. It's mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned, mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. This summer, it hasn't just been hot. It has been absolutely historic. It's been a blistering summer, very, very hot. Flash flood warnings are at a 40-year high. It's not slowing down. Towns are underwater, roads are washed out. And every crisis zone that you see, you get the same scene. Crowds standing in line, waiting for bottled water, waiting for food, waiting for somebody to show up and save them. They tell you that help is on the way. But what if it isn't? What if help takes days? What if help does not come at all? If you think the system is built to protect you, I got news for you. It's not. Okay? They can barely handle one emergency, let alone dozens. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be the one caught empty-handed. And right now, My Patriot Supply is giving away 4 weeks of emergency food. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned to find out how to claim your free 4-week food supply and join millions of Americans who are preparing with My Patriot Supply. Claim your free 4-week kit today at mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. That is mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. With 3 months, you get a free month. mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. You get that free 4-week kit. It is 2,000 calories a day, 25-year shelf life. mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. mypatriotsupply.com/ungoverned. Pivoting from the Bolton news, because there's not much more that we can say about the Bolton news. Pivoting from that, at Bolton, obviously house raided, office raided, charges are expected. Pivoting away from the Bolton news. Donald Trump and his administration are doing something that many may think is controversial, but I'll tell you what, I voted for it. Especially after that incident in Florida where an illegal alien who should not have had a driver's license who did not speak English, who could not identify more than 25% of highway signs, killed 3 people on a Florida highway making an illegal U-turn. Donald Trump and his administration is pausing all worker visas for commercial truck drivers, and they are reviewing all of the 55 million visa holders, right? They're reviewing all of the 55 million visa holders in the United States or that hold visas for the United States for deportable violations, and they will revoke those visas as well. Effective immediately, we are pausing all issuance of worker visas for commercial truck drivers. That coming from Secretary of State Marco Rubio yesterday. The Trump administration would pause, quote, all issuance of worker visas for commercial truck drivers following a crash in Florida where a commercial truck driver using licenses obtained from California and Washington State made an illegal left-hand turn off of the highway and killed 3 people. He was charged with vehicular homicide. CDL Life reported in December of 2024 that the Biden administration's Department of Homeland Security had opened nearly 65,000 H-2B visas for that fiscal year, which includes visas for truckers. That number could double. That number doubles the total number of that kind of visa for that fiscal period that ends in September of 2025. Quote, there are employers across the country that would suffer greatly without H-2B workers. Authorizing these supplemental visas helps U.S. employers fill those positions. At what cost? At what cost? And this guy's not even an H-2B visa holder. He's an illegal alien. I'm sorry. And I think the administration should go a step further. So they're not giving out any new visas for commercial truck drivers, right? I think any visa holder right now that holds a work visa, that is a CDL driver, that has a CDL, I think every last one of them needs to be tested on their English proficiency. And if they fail, and I'm not talking about 50%, if they're lower than 75%, 80%, then they need to have those licenses and those visas revoked until they understand the language. It's not worth more people dying. It just isn't. Okay? It just isn't. It is not worth more people dying. Matt Brown says, good time to encourage a young person to become a truck driver. Absolutely right. That's a good job. I mean, it's not an easy job. And you have to spend a lot of your life alone on the road, long drives, short nights. It's not an easy job. But my goodness, it is a well-paying job in many of these cases. Very well-paying job. And now that a lot of the competition is going to be out of the workplace, I think that, Americans, once again, will benefit from that. But I think anybody who has come from another country and now in this visa program that is a commercial truck driver, you need to have their English and highway sign recognition tested now. Now. Unless you want more people to wind up dead. Can't happen. Not after what happened in Florida. Speaking of Florida, this hack judge now is ordering alligator Alcatraz to be dismantled. You know what? You could dismantle these nuts. That's what the Trump administration should say. You could dismantle these nuts. According to Gateway Pundit here, Obama judge bars the Trump administration from bringing new criminal aliens to alligator Alcatraz and orders the facility to be dismantled. On Thursday evening, U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams, an Obama appointee, barred the Trump administration from bringing new illegal alien detainees to alligator Alcatraz. She also ordered the facility to be dismantled within 60 days. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Quote, the facility can continue to operate and hold detainees for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but workers will be barred from adding any new filling, paving, or infrastructure for the next 14 days. U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams issued the ruling during a hearing and said she will issue a written order later Thursday. The AP reported Judge Williams issued a preliminary injunction, here we go again, barring the Trump administration from bringing new illegal aliens to alligator Alcatraz and ordered the facility to be dismantled. DeSantis has already said that they are going to appeal that. They've already filed for the appeal, and they're getting that order stayed. It's not gonna hold. It's not gonna hold. Make no mistake. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Alligator Alcatraz. It's not going anywhere. You take that to the bank. It's not going anywhere. What, you think DeSantis and Florida's going to, this is like their thing. You think they're just going to be like, oh, okay, mustard. We'll just dismantle it for you. No chance. No chance. All right. Are we ready for calls? You guys want to celebrate the John Bolton raid? It's at 8. My gosh. It has been a long day and an even longer week and a long 48 hours. 631-527-4545. 631-527-4545. Again, 631-527-4545. I'm going to put the number on your screen before we start taking those calls. I do have to get to one more word from our friends over at Silent. That is slnt.com. slnt.com/Sean, SHAWN. Look, I love my phone. I think it's phenomenal. It does a lot of good things for us, but it's also a tracking device. We all understand that. It tracks you everywhere you go, and there's really only one way to stop it. You've got to block those signals. Your phone is a tracking device. Government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, even cyber criminals. They all fight for a piece of your digital footprint, and they don't ask, they just take it. That is why Silent exists. Silent makes Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. No signal means no tracking, no remote access, and no breadcrumbs. This is the same tech used by special operations teams worldwide. They trust it. They use it to block signals. They use it to avoid surveillance, and they use it to secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now it is available to you to protect your family, protect your freedom, and protect your digital footprint. Drop your phone in a silent Faraday sleeve, and it is off the grid, completely silent, invisible to the outside world. From backpacks to sleeves to crossbodies, Silent's patented technology gives you control over your privacy. Visit slnt.com/Sean to save 15% off and get free shipping on qualifying orders. That is Silent. slnt.com/Sean. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. Silent.com/Sean, SHAWN, for 15% off and free shipping on qualifying orders. Silence the chaos. slnt.com/SHAWN. Let us get to some of your calls at 631-527-4545 for the next 15 minutes as we wrap up the week, waiting for some of those calls to come in. Again, that is at 631-527-4545. I do see a bunch of people trying to get in. I know who this one is. We will get to this call right here as long as this works. Of course, we're trying to connect. We are in. I believe this is Dylan from Iowa. What's up, Dylan?
Yes, it is. What's up, Sean?
What's happening? How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. Just very busy with work and everything else. And obviously the campaign has been going very well. We've just been setting up the plans and all that. And we look forward to getting on the ground very soon. So
very cool.
It's been very busy, and I'm busy trying to remind my friends to vote in our mayoral election that we have here in Davenport.
Nice.
And our alderman elections. So I'd recommend, since it's an off year, I want to remind everybody that you probably have a local election and you need to vote.
Very true.
So, just busy with that. And my deck hockey stuff has been going well. Just working my butt off.
You guys winning? Are you guys winning a lot? You guys winning big?
Well, Sean, I just played.
That doesn't sound like that. Usually
national...
when you say you guys winning and they go, well, no, what's going on? Tell me. Give me an update.
So I just played my big giant national deck hockey tournament. We played our team was 6 guys, and we literally beat teams with full on like roster filled teams, and unfortunately we made to the finals and lost, but I scored the goal to send the game into overtime at the last minute of the game. So
there you go. All right, so there you go. And so you made it. You made it pretty deep in the tournament, and then there's nothing wrong with that. Not bad. Not a bad result. Not like getting smoked in the early rounds. So that's good. I'm happy to hear the team's doing well, campaign's doing well. As Dylan said, absolutely vote in your local elections. Yes, definitely something that everybody must do. Dylan, thank you so much for the call. You have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you, Sean. You too. Oh, before Sean, I go, I wanted to tell you, me and Jeremy met over the weekend. Too.
I heard on Jeremy's show. That's amazing. So I'm glad you guys got to meet and you celebrated the birthday with him, and that's great. Yes, Iowa seems to be a very strong state going forward. Thank you for the call. Thank you for your contributions to the country, and you have a great weekend.
Thank you, Sean. You too.
There it is. Dylan from Iowa. Amazing. You know, he gets a lot of stuff done. The guy's working hard and playing hockey, which is not easy to do. 631-527-4545 if you want to chime in. We have another call coming in right now. Busy phone lines today. John Bolton got arrested. Not arrested, not yet. We're expecting him to be arrested. But who do we have on the line here? Welcome.
This is Jen Jasperson, JL Jazz.
What is up, JL Jazz? How are you?
I'm doing good. Working hard here with one of our gubernatorial candidates in Minnesota. So,
now, can you explain to me something that happened up there? Did that Somalian, someone revoked an endorsement from him, right?
Yeah, our Democrat Party here, it's called the DFL.
Yeah.
It's a Democrat Farmer Labor Party. Yeah, they endorsed him, and then they rescinded it.
What happened? Do you know why?
There's insanity going on here after all.
Do you know why they revoked it?
No, I don't. I don't know the reason.
Okay.
But he's got a lot of let's say criminal connections via his brother.
Oh.
So that might have something to do with it. He might be, heavily indicated in the Feeding Our Future fraud.
Okay.
So,
all right. What's going on with your mayor? Tell me about that.
The mayor, that's the Minneapolis mayor. That's who we're talking about.
Oh, that's who you're working with to try and...
Oh, no, me? No, it's a gubernatorial candidate.
Gubernatorial, yes, okay.
Yeah. We have several on the Republican ticket, and this guy I've known for about 5-6 years now, and we're helping him out as much as we can.
Very good. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Keep up the fight. I was shocked to hear about that whole thing with the DFL. I'm scrolling through Dustin Grage from Minnesota. He says the Minnesota DFL. So that's your state Democrat Party, or that's the Minneapolis Democrat Party?
That's the state.
Okay. The Minnesota DFL set to revoke Omar Fateh's endorsement for Minneapolis mayor, coming after their. Oh, listen to this. This comes after their electronic voting system allegedly did not accurately count the votes of the convention. Imagine that, Jen.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
There were shenanigans for sure, and that was what the current Minneapolis mayor, he was contesting the whole thing, and others as well, because there were shenanigans that went on at that convention.
All right. Well, it looks like it was the voting machines, and I guess that's an issue.
Whatever the reason, it's good because he's a total socialist.
Yeah. Scary guy, like a Mom Donnie type. All right, Jen, thank you so much for your call. Appreciate the update.
But really what I was going to tell you was that did you hear that DeSantis has sent his lieutenant governor to California to retrieve that driver?
They got him. There's actually video. He went there. They dragged him off the plane. He was in handcuffs and leg irons, and they got him.
Good deal.
Yeah. So they flew him back to Florida. He's back in custody, and he's going to go to jail for a very long time.
Yes. There's just.
Well, thank you, Jen, for the call. I appreciate it. Yep. You have a great weekend, okay?
To Sean and Brennan, love you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, love you too.
JL Jazz.
She's a hard worker.
Little update from Minnesota. Dustin Grage had it, as I said. So electronic voting machines. Anybody in the chat shocked about the voting? Having problems there? 631-527-4545, wherever you're watching. We're taking your calls here for the next couple minutes. 631-527-4545. I'm going to refresh this screen because I see a lot of traffic jam going on of folks trying to get in. We do have another story here out of, where was it? Let me get, here we go. There's a call coming in. Oh, I know who this is. if I get this wrong, I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm fairly certain I know who this is. I believe we have the great Matt Brown on the phone, Mr. Common Census himself. What's going on?
Hey, Sean, how are you? I'm in the car right now. My wife is driving. Say hello.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Brennan.
Hello there. How are you?
Can you hear us okay on speaker, or should I put it on regular phone?
No, we got you loud and clear. We're all good to go. What's up?
Beautiful. Well, I had a question. You mentioned earlier that you thought it was a good idea that they went after Bolton first.
Yes.
A Republican. I just wanted to hear more of your thinking behind that. I was really interested to hear your analysis.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a good question. I think going after him first, when you think of the Russiagate, when you think of all the quote-unquote political opponents that Donald Trump has, John Bolton doesn't – it's not top of mind, right? I mean, he's a nasty guy, and I don't like him. He's a warmongering pig, and I don't like him. But when you think of Donald Trump going after retribution, you think what? You think Hillary, you think Clapper, Comey, John Brennan, Obama, Biden people. You don't think Bolton. You don't think somebody that Donald Trump actually had as a member of his administration, right? So it's not as much of a political opponent. It kind of shows that the FBI's unbiased in that case. And it was something that Trump wanted to do in his first term. Obviously, the Biden regime dropped it, and then and now they've picked it back up. So I think it's good that they went after John Bolton, a lifelong registered Republican, guy who served in many roles with Bush, etc. And they're going after him now for classified documents, literally setting the standard that nobody is above the law. And I think I think it's the right way to go about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I'm looking to see how this plays out because I think it's possible that you might get even a little bit of a split on the left.
Yeah.
As like you pointed out, CNN is like defending John Bolton. Mm-hmm. What is the far left?
Not something that I would ever expect from CNN defending John
Right,
Bolton.
And I'm wondering what the far left is going to be thinking and doing. Because I have a hard time thinking that like AOC and all the other squad and all those far left radicals are going to be coming out to protest that the warmonger John Bolton is getting indicted.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And the last thing I'll say about the Bolton thing doesn't necessarily strike me as a strong person. Right? He's I'm going to bomb this, that. Perhaps he has some information. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know. Maybe he flips. Maybe he snitches. I don't know. But seems to me to be the type, right? Seems to me to be the type.
You know what? I wasn't thinking that at all, but I think you might be onto something with that.
We'll see. So hopefully, hopefully that's what goes down, and we get some accountability. I think this is just the beginning. There's going to be a lot more where that came from. But Matt, thank you both for your call.
Thank you.
Safe drive, and thanks for everything as always.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sean. And Brendan. Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you.
There it is. Matt and Rose giving us a call on their drive. They are actually visiting. They're all over the place. I got a text yesterday. Apparently, they were in West Virginia.
That's so fun.
So that's pretty cool.
Long road trip.
Long road trip. 631-527-4545. I see two other people tried to get in during that call. Hey, this is news from yesterday I almost forgot about. The $500 million civil fraud fine that was brought by Sasquatch.
Oh.
Don't feed Letitia James. You see that? That's Big Tish. Big Tish. Letitia James. That civil fraud case was brought. The penalty, the $500 million penalty, has been tossed by an appeals court. They said it was unconstitutional. It was too excessive, and it violated the Constitution's 8th Amendment. 631-527-4545 if you want to get in. Last call coming up for the next couple of minutes. But yes, that civil penalty is gone. And I do think that John Bolton might be somebody who flips. What?
Mo time.
It's Mo time.
It's
okay.
Mo time.
We got Mo. I'm losing my voice. 700 rumbles. We're honking our hedgehogs live on television. We're very excited because, if we don't do Mo, Bad Moon starts spelling out Mo and just typing Mo rapid fire in the chat. He has a whole nuclear reactor thing going on in the chat there. It just becomes like a a crazy thing. So you guys got the Mo. There it is on the chat. Yeah, I think the John Bolton stuff, I think there's a possibility that he may very well snitch, right? He may very well flip on a few people. And I'm here for that. I'll tell you what. I'm definitely here from that. Here we go. Oh, I need this throat spray.
Honey.
We are really pushing our limits here today. And the civil penalty being tossed is another big win. And I think this is the first of many of the lawfare cases that are going to be reversed on appeal. Now, the case itself it's very important. The case itself was not reversed. The fine was thrown out. But down the road, you could see that the case and the merits of the case were not debated and were not up for discussion. So I don't think you're going to see. I think you may see the entire verdict in this case go out the window as well. And then that's not even getting into like the E. Jean Carroll case or the Alvin Bragg case. But by the way, the E. Jean Carroll case had the same judge. That's Judge Arthur Engoron. I think it was Bongino who called him Engoron people out of New York, right? Because that's what he's doing. He's running people out of the state and is creating a very unsafe environment for people in New York State when it comes to having the system weaponized against them. So that was an Engoron case as well, the civil fraud case and the E. Jean Carroll case. And then you have the Alvin Bragg case, which I don't even think the appeals court has heard yet. That case is going to get flipped on appeal, probably overturned on appeal on immunity grounds alone. So there are a lot of moving parts there in New York. And can you just think about the victory lap? Can you just think about the victory lap that is going to be taken by the Trump administration and Donald Trump himself when the Bragg case is overturned on appeal? That is going to be a victory lap for the ages. Listen, more coming, I believe, down from this John Bolton raid situation. I believe you're going to see a lot more in the way of accountability. But give it some time. We want this done right. We don't necessarily want it done fast. Jeremy Harrell up next. Head over to LFATV.us. Click on that store tab. You can see everything that there is to offer at the LFA TV store. That's LFATV.us, LFATV.us, LFATV.us. Check it out. The I Don't Really Care Margaret shirt, my personal favorite. Everyone at the Ark loved it too. Strangers, not strangers, etc. Loved the shirt. You can get it at LFATV.us. Jeremy Harrell is up next right here on LFA TV, rumble.com/LFA TV. Give the channel a follow. Hit that like button. By the way, we've seen a huge uptick in activity on the audio side. Just search Ungoverned on any of your podcasting platforms. Hit subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching and listening. As President Trump would say, we will never give up. We will never give in. We will never, ever surrender. And if all else fails, we will just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation. Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jeremy Harrell up next. Have a great rest of your weekend. We will be celebrating the John Bolton news for sure. Jeremy up next for the next 3 hours. We will see you next week. Thank you for your attention to this matter.